Hey there boys and girls, Lucky here and welcome back to another episode of Noob to Pro, the series that should help you get better at Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Today with a quick episode talking about reading the game as well as playing mind games. So as you already know, Noob to Pro is a 3-part series, meaning on Monday you'll always get a big tutorial video like this one. Then on Tuesday, me and my girlfriend will be streaming. In my stream you can just ask me questions, I'll be doing some live teaching, and after that my girlfriend will be streaming her training. And then on Sunday there's sometimes, well, a special highlights episode or something like that. But I'd say, let's get right into it. Alrighty, now let's talk about skill adjustments, or better said, adapting to the game, or better said, your ability to read the game. So you got different kinds of skills. You got your shooting, your stutter stepping in order to shoot better, you got your like strafe jumps, and you got your nade skills, for example. And let's say we're a T-side player on Dust 2 right here, and we're just trying to get a pick mid. So we got the best spawn and we're pre-aiming this corner, and this of course means we got control over, like if we just draw a line right here, up until the right side of this kind of line, meaning that we do not have to check this spot, this spot, this spot, or pit. We know for certainty that no one has been here. Now, since we assume we did this the last couple of rounds as well, we have to consider that the enemies might be throwing many nades, like right here, in our way, and this of course is making our game a lot harder. So in our scenario, we got lucky because we just did the same thing, which again might be a drawback, which we'll talk about right here for the CT side team. Because we've been doing this a couple of rounds, and instead of them punishing us for it, they just gave us the control over, well, Longhouse right here. So we're good to go at this spot. Now, the previous rounds we also always knew that one of the CT players right here was always playing at car, trying to set up a crossfire with their AWPer right here at top A. So in this scenario, we can now rely on what we've learned from previous rounds and just kind of molly him out like that. Now, what I'm trying to tell you guys is right here that you should not go straight to autopilot mode. So you can see we killed Crimson actually, nice. So what people often do, and that's like a big mistake, they just go out and do the pre-aiming, and it's important to do the pre-aiming, like this should be second nature to you, it should be automatic kind of, but you should be able to tell when it's time to actually do it, and when you're just autopiloting and not thinking. That's like why changing settings, like for example the crosshair review model, can sometimes help with that, which you shouldn't do by the way, but it kind of gets you back to the focus because it looks different and you're not used to it, so it's kind of interrupting your autopilot. Now, we killed this guy because we know he has been playing here all game, every round. So we were able to punish him for that because he wasn't able to switch, or he wasn't trying to switch up his position. This means that this time around when we're trying to get to A, this AWPer is on his own. So in case we're rushing or just flashing ourselves out like that, actually messed it up a little bit, still worked. We can now have the advantage, not just the man advantage since it's a 5v4, but also just in general a better setup way in order to kill the guy right here. Even though like the AK at that range isn't great, we still are able to apply pressure, smoke off this spot, and maybe even like short, or we have guys from our side pushing up short, and now we got a crossfire. Like if we got a T player of us right here, and we're pushing out from long, the AWPer now has to watch two angles, and his crossfire setup mate right here, who would have been able to also watch short, is dead now, which sets up the advantage for our side. And the very important thing right here to notice is, again, we were able to punish this guy for playing the same position over and over again. So we were basically, while playing the game, we were able to analyze that this guy always has been doing the exact same thing every round. So if you actually see that someone's doing that, punish him hard for that, and then get the advantage and try to win the round. Now, this can also work kind of on the reverse, but let's talk about mid before we go that route. Like, same example, we're just going short every round, like this. And this time around, they actually did set up an AWPer. So this time we're dying, we're just dead right here. Oh god, he killed us, damn it. So what we're doing next round, of course, is we're smoking off this box, like this right here. So we can actually cross here safely. So it's really just kind of trial and error. You're learning from your mistakes and from the things that the enemies are doing and what your team is doing, and you're just adapting them. You're kind of improving on them while playing. You're not reviewing your demo. It's kind of like a live demo review. So that's why you can also kind of when I'm trying to play matchmaking and I die, I'm always, again, first of all giving a call out to my team in order to help them, but then I'm kind of like, okay, what did go wrong here? Like, he got me from there, okay, I should have smoked this one off and I should not have been like lazy with my pre-aiming and stuff and should have done it properly, stuff like that. That's adapting to the game, like adjusting your skill or just reading the game while it's live. And like that you can really like make a difference. Because like that you can also keep track of the enemy economy a lot easier. You can disrupt the crossfires right here, for example, as we just showed. And you can set up a crossfire on your side in order to give yourself the advantage in the gunfight. Now, the second part of this video is about mind games. And you gotta be careful with mind games because they really can be... well, it's like a gamble, to be honest. And I'm not a big fan of gambling, but... let's say, very simple scenario, we got a guy right here. Let's assume this guy is our enemy. Bot Cliff, actually. Goddamn you. So, we're just in a kind of a pistol fight, and I see he's here. And then I'm retreating to this side of the box. Now, will he peek from this side or this side? Usually, re-peeking is a bad thing. So, when you're peeking right here, the enemy on this side is prepared for you to re-peek again. So this means you gotta not re-peek right here, because if you re-peek again, you just go out and boom, headshot, you're dead. So what you should do instead is go up here and play an alternate angle, but again, it can be then like, okay, he's pre-aiming this spot, and he hasn't seen you in like 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds, and he knows, okay, he might be peeking from there, so he's switching up his position. In that scenario, you could have played a mind game. You peek this corner, and instead of re-peeking immediately, you're kind of faking going up there, and then you re-peek the same spot again. But you already saw that in my case right here, I just saw I was waiting for the guy re-peeking, and as soon as I knew that he wouldn't be coming from there, I switched myself in a way, like, to this spot, so I would have cover on this side, so I would only have to worry. And again, this is kind of, again, about only exposing yourself to one angle. And then if I would have to re-peek, the other guy would just use this side in order to play around the cover. And it's mind games. It's very hard to give a proper example because, like, basically everything could happen. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is sometimes doing the obvious gets you, like, the benefit of the doubt in the enemy, which grants you the kill because he did assume that you were going to do something else, which... again, sometimes can be punished. So whenever you're trying to analyze something like that, when you're trying to adapt to the game, you really gotta be, like, wary of that. You gotta know, did he actually play the mind game himself? Was he just holding the corner like a stone and just staring at the spot and you could easily just go over here and kill him? And those are the questions you gotta ask yourself. Usually you're kind of trying to analyze that as soon as you're dead because you wanna get that knowledge and take it with you into the next round to kill the enemy. But sometimes that's just not, well, the only way that you can do it. Sometimes you can also do it just on the get-go, like I see him right here, and then I gotta decide, do I re-peek? Do I go for an alternate angle? Do I flash over here? Might be a good idea. Maybe I do a flash and then combine it with an alternate angle or a re-peek. Or maybe I'm just like fake running away and then sneaking back and tell my teammate to like lay down suppressive fire like from tunnels. Many things that could actually go into playing mind games that can really help you. So to be honest, my biggest problem is always I'm playing double mind games, meaning that in my case I'm seeing the guy, I'm going right here and then I'm like, okay, I'm faking this and that right here, and then okay, he should look right here now, because if he's not dumb, he will look right there. And I'm going for the re-peek and he headshots me. Not because he has walls, but because he's actually a bad player, just holding the spot while being exposed to this one. So you always gotta keep in mind as well, have your enemies been playing well? Like, were they playing mind games, or were they just like extremely focused on one spot like this and not doing anything at all? And those are just kind of two minor things that you really have to consider and take away with your gameplay while you're playing the game. And it's kind of hard to make a tutorial video for that, so I hope this kind of helped you guys out with like adjusting the game, reading the game, and overall a better knowing how to adjust while being in-game instead of just reviewing your demo. So yeah, I think it's pretty much all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and luckySkillFaker out.